Recruta encontra o rei. A gente vai encontrar o Rei dos Piratas da Escarlate, mano. Vai ser foda. E dar um tiro na cabeça dele. Ah, porra. Será que eu posso matar eles, velho? Porque ele quer que a gente pegue prova, né? Eu podia muito bem estourar os miolos dos caras, né? Seria uma boa também. Dá um de Ranger. Olha minha nave, cara. Que bonitinho. Que bonitinho. Parece o... Meu Deus. Eu tenho que trocar essa nave, mano. Sério mesmo. Urgente. A gente vai ficar bem rico depois, eu tenho certeza. Quando eu começar a explorar as questões das instalações dos planetas, né?
How are you, Dusty?
Que eu esqueci até o nome.
Ahoy, Captain!
Os postos avançados e tal. Vamos lá. Se esse jogo tivesse a mecânica de Elite Dangerous, vou te falar, hein, velho. Se tivesse a mecânica de Elite Dangerous de nave, lá é excelente. Nossa, é muito bom, velho. Mas também é um jogo de nave, né? Mas é muito bom. A mecânica de nave é insana. Tá. Europa, vamos lá. Europa é uma lua, né? De... Acho que é Júpiter. Acho que é Júpiter, né? Acho.
Look who finally had the guts to show
É.
up. Looks like Adler finally did something right for once. So, big shot. I hear Adler thinks you're good enough to join our crew.
Astrea. Foi pra isso que eu vim.
We'll see. When the waters get deep,
Tá fácil demais, né?
sink or swim. So, before I put you to work, let's get everything out in the open. I don't know if Adler mentioned it, and for his sake, I hope he hasn't. But you aren't about to sign up with any average pirate crew. You're signing up with the Crimson Fleet. That's if you get through this little task I have planned for you.
Mais um
There's
serviço.
a medical supply ship called the Ragana, jumping into Enceladus's orbit. On board that ship, you'll find a traitor named Austin Rake. I want him dead.
Tá. Considere resolvido. Eu vou lá e dou um H no cara, o cara fica vivo, né? Nave de socorro. Socorros? Por que não uma nave com uma carga mais valiosa?
This job isn't about the loot, but I suppose every dog needs its scraps. Keep whatever worthless junk is on that ship. Just remember, the only thing that matters is that Rake dies.
Dies. Entendi. Considere resolvido.
It's done when Rake stops breathing. Head back here when you're finished. And don't keep me waiting for long.
You know, I've dealt with a lot of phony tough guys and trash-talking pirates in my time, and most of them aren't worth the oxygen. But I'll tell you right now, Neva, she's the real deal.
Tá. Vamos lá. Deixa eu ver, cadê esse cara? Saturno, vamos lá. Dá uma viajada pra Saturno. Caraca, os anéis de Saturno, velho, que foda. Pô, você nem pode andar pelos anéis de Saturno, cara. Ó pai, hein. Tem que demorar, deve demorar um século pra você chegar lá. Cara, lá no Elite Dangerous você consegue. Isso daí é bem legal, hein, velho. Sinceramente, dá vontade, dá uma saudade de você meio que poder viajar entre essas partes. Bem interessante, cara. Tem 1 milhão de meteoros, assim, né? Meteoritos que ficam rodando. É muito foda. Muito massa. Tá. Encelado. Você quer encéfalo? Vamos lá. Lua de Saturno, chegamos.
This is Dmitry Moldavsky, pilot of the Regana.
Ih.
We are a simple transport ship heading to New Homestead. We do not want any trouble.
Eu fiz foi sair do... Eu fiz foi me levantar. Não quer nenhum problema, né? Deixa eu falar contigo aqui, animal.
Please identify. We do not want any trouble.
Ô, Hagana, é o seguinte. Eu estou atrás de um tripulante da sua nave.
All right. And what are your intentions with this crewman?
Aí aqui, ó. Minha exigência é só uma. Mate Austin Rake. Faça isso e eu deixo vocês irem. Resposta errada. Não. Eu vou falar assim. A frota quer Austin Rake morto. Eu quero subir na nave de vocês e discutir como poupar a vida dele. Tá.
Oh, God. I do not know.
You should take that offer. Trust me when I say this will be easier face to face.
Well, normally I would say no, but frankly it will be safer for us that way. Alright, you can dock. We will talk then.
Vamos lá. Quase que eu explodi a nave do cara. Tá. Entre na Ragana, sei lá. Os caras tão nervosos, hein, ó.
I am not sure what to make of you being here. If you wanted to kill us, you could have done that from your ship. If you wanted our cargo, we could have jettisoned it. I guess I should just stop talking and let you say your piece.
É isso aí. Não sei quem pode ouvir pelos comunicadores. É mais seguro assim.
That is true. Which means you don't want somebody to know what you are really up to. Now, do you mind telling us what this is all about?
Então, a Frota Escarlate quer Austin Rake morto, mas deve ter algum jeito de resolver isso. Austin Rake é um pirata da Frota Escarlate. Mate eles e papapá. Não. Mate, tem que persuadir os caras a matar o cara. Não, deixa eu falar a verdade aqui.
You really do not know which one of us is Rake, do you? And you do not seem to care either, which makes me think you really want to save him. Okay, I have idea. We can strike his name from manifest, make it so he was never on board. Then, when we dock, we will leave him on this ship and deliver him to another port.
Deixa eu pensar aqui. Entregue ele pra Desde. Se a frota descobrir esse acordo, vai ser ruim pra nós dois. Contanto que ele aceite se entregar pra Desde, né? Que ele era um pirata, tem que se entregar.
Is that all right with you, Austin?
Do I have a choice?
It does not appear you do. Well then, it is agreed. You go back to your ship and we will make sure Rake was never on ours. And in case any of your handlers get suspicious, here. We had an extra crate of supplies loaded, in case one got damaged. This should be proof you were not here to bargain.
Boa. Beleza. Ninguém quer morrer não, né? Tá tudo certo aqui. Eu espero que isso dê certo, mano. Não seja um H, né? Vamos lá.
I hope you're having a good day.
Deixa eu desacoplar aqui e vamos embora lá pro cara. Falar com o cara não, com a cara, né? A moçoila. Vai-te embora aí, quero mais te ver nunca mais. Encelado. Não sei que encelado era um planeta. É uma lua, cara. Sério? Que doido. Tá, volte a Naeva, na órbita de Europa. Olha só nosso sistema solar, Europa, Júpiter. Vamos lá. Beleza. Europa. Lua de Júpiter.
Damn mercs just don't know how to take a hit. Hey,
Ih,
wanna
fudeu.
help me with some target practice?
Que é isso? Que é isso? Ah, fudeu. É uns caras aqui, ó. Tem que salvar a mulher, eu acho, hein? Pera aí que eu tenho que tirar aqui uma energia daqui, hein?
I need those shields back online!
Eu pensava que eu tava atrás dela, mano. É um dos caras. Caralho. Nossa, levei um pau aqui, hein? Caraca, velho, que cara
Gonna
chato.
rip your ship to shreds!
Os caras tão bem puto aqui, hein, velho. Por que esse cara tá fugindo? Ih, eu esqueci de consertar a nave. Morri. Que merda, vamos lá pra tentar de novo.
Damn mercs just don't know how to take a hit. Hey, Rook, wanna help me with some target practice? That won't even leave a scratch! Damn! They got the shield!
Ah! Toma! Mandei foi. Eita, vou explodir. Caraca!
No one messes with the Crimson Fleet!
Toma! É doida? Agora ela vai confiar em mim, não é possível, né, velho? Quebrado foi meu gravity, meu motor grav que foi quebrado. Vamos ver se ela vai confiar em mim agora.
Thanks for the help with the Ecliptic. I had it under control, but it definitely went faster after you jumped into the fight. Now tell me about the Ragana. Give me some good news, then we can go celebrate.
Aham. Austin Rakes tá morto. A Ragana resistiu. Tá.
No kidding. That'll make Delgado happy, seeing as our hands are clean. I would have preferred if you hadn't left witnesses behind, but at least you got the job done. Anyway, you wanted into the Crimson Fleet? Well, you're in. Yep.
Entrei
it's
na
that
Frota
simple.
Escarlate, mano. Meu Deus
Hope
do
this
céu.
business with rakes taught you something. Because I'm about to stick my neck out and vouch for you. If you screw up, and I wind up looking like an asshole, I'm gonna send someone after you. We clear?
Beleza, minha senhora. Melhor decisão que você podia tomar.
Yeah? Last person who said that was Rake. So you've already dug yourself a hole about 6 feet deep. And now that you know the deal, it's time to see what you signed up for. I'm gonna upload the coordinates for our headquarters in the Crick system. Spacers call it the key, the fleet
chave.
calls it home. Head out there as soon as you can. Don't keep me waiting long.
Beleza, vamos pra base principal dos
Exactly an
caras.
easy initiation, but at least they trust us. Not as far as they can throw us, but in time we'll shed those kilos.
Beleza, vamos lá. Em Marte, né? Acho que é. Crix? Deve ser. Vamos lá. Não, peraí, não é Marte, não é? Phobos. Acho que é em Phobos, né? Eu acho que alguém comentou, aqueles caras lá do exército lá da Death Seas, comentou que era em Phobos. Eu acho que é, se não me engano. É aqui mesmo, ó. Na lua de Phobos. Contato.
Welcome back, Agent. You're clear to dock at docking port 1.
Ah, não, aqui eu tô... Que Phobos é o planeta. Cara, tá igualzinho. É a lua de Marte. Eu vou ter que acoplar pra falar com o cara, é isso? Falar com... Ninguém percebe que eu vou, né, tipo, conversar com o cara do comando aqui. Covarde, hein?
Here on the Vigilance, I feel literally queasy.
E aí, cadetinho?
I had a friend on the Regana. I hope I'll be able to see him next time we're on shore leave.
Caraca, olha só, o cara disse que tinha um cara amigo na nave lá que era pra me ter destruído. Se eu tivesse destruído, hein? Daí foi boa. Hello. E aí, ladrão?
At ease, soldier.
Eu queria matar esse cara aqui.
We got the message from the Regana about Austin Rick. We had him dropped off at a separate port, off the books. Suffice to say, he's got a lot to answer for.
Valeria a pena tentar fazer o Rick entregar informações sobre a frota?
That's something we're looking into. But it doesn't seem like he knows much. He might be better served as bait. For now, we'll keep him in the brig. Perhaps you could pay him a visit there sometime. I'm sure he'd be pleased to see you.
Eu não queria matar ninguém, que fosse inocente ou não. Acho que tanto faz, mas eu não teria problema em matar o Rick, mas não queria traumatizar a população. Vou falar isso aqui.
That's a smart line to follow. Part of this role you're playing means having to make hard choices. Just remember not to lose yourself in the part.
I hate to say it. Sometimes folks gotta die. But this was not one of those situations.
Oh, one more thing before we move on. For transparency's sake, you should know we were the ones that hired Ecliptic to attack Neva's ship. There was concern after what happened with the Regana that you might have trouble earning Neva's trust. Coming to her rescue ensured that would not be a problem.
Entendi. É, foi um jeito inteligente, tenho que falar, né?
Ah, so I take it you have good news. Were you able to join the fleet?
Ao que tudo indica, passei no primeiro teste.
Then it worked. You're in. Sounds like everything is going as expected.
É, tirando
Now
que eu
it's
fui
time for the
sequestrado.
next phase of the mission.
Our intel on Saoirse was correct. After we received reports on your
Saoirse.
interaction with Adler Kemp, we picked up on your rendezvous with Neva Mora.
Our files indicate she's second in command, so getting on her good side will ensure you get into the Crimson Fleet.
Tá tudo indo como plano, né?
Yes, you passed your first test and you're still alive. But before we get too confident, that either means she suspects nothing, or she intends to make an example of you later. Just remember, these are ruthless criminals, so don't let your guard down.
And their ruthlessness is only surpassed by their cunning. You should proceed with caution, regardless of how well you think you've ingratiated yourself.
So what's next for you on Neva's agenda?
Tá. Recebi coordenadas da base da Frota Escarlate. Eu já tô trabalhando pros caras mesmo, vou falar, né? Por que não? Não vou ajudar pirata.
Excellent. If you're heading to the Key, I assume you'll be meeting Delgado soon.
Delgado is the leader of the Crimson Fleet. I have a profile here with some information on his background. You'll want to know the individual cadences of every member of the fleet, but Delgado's most of all.
Ugh, no one said there was gonna be homework.
Peguei
I
aqui
assure
o perfil.
there is only
Dois
information
perfis.
that is pertinent to the mission. Our dossiers are designed to be succinct. In any case, now that you're with the fleet, you'll be operating independently. We will shadow you eventually, but we'll need to maintain our distance for now, especially while you're on the key. This will also give us time to bolster our defenses, should we need to engage with the fleet in the future.
Sir, on that note, shall we begin implementing the upgrade to our shields?
Immediately, Lieutenant. Notify the engineers and relay the information to the crew. I hope your entry into the fleet has overcome any doubts you may have had regarding your mission. It certainly increased my estimates on success.
A não ser que eu vire pirata mesmo.
Keep up the good work. We'll expect further reports. Dismissed.
Tá, agora eu posso ir pra chave, né? Para de falar besteira aí. Que coisa. Seria muito engraçado chegar no final dessa missão, cara, e trair ele, ó. Ia ser muito foda. Se tiver essa opção, eu vou salvar pra ver como é que vai ser. Ia ser muito engraçado. Cara, me prendeu. Me obrigou a trabalhar. Foda. Deixa eu ver como é que tá meu inventário aqui. Tá de boa, né? Não tô nem pegando nada. Vamos embora. Quero entrar logo e terminar essa missão, que eu quero continuar na minha busca pelos artefatos, né? Eu quero atrás dos artefatos. O negócio é artefato. Quero saber de piratinha. Mas bem que é massa matar uns piratinha. Por isso que eu tô nessa. Foi por isso que eu aceitei. Porque matar um piratinha é legal, hein, mano. Gosto de fazer justiça aí. E aí também eles atacaram lá a parada, né, do começo do jogo. Então eles estão me devendo, hein. Crix. Vamos para Crix. E Crix é longe pra caramba. Olha só, tem que ir pra Cheyenne. Deixa eu ver. Deixa eu botar aqui umas energias no motor Grav. Tem que ir pra Cheyenne. Cadê? É isso mesmo? Tá longe, hein? Cheyenne, não dá pra ir? Narion, dá pra ir? Dá. Qualquer planeta de Narion. Dobra, vamos lá. Botão Grav ligado, filho. Um segundo, ó. Toma. Beleza, tudo certo aqui. Olha que planeta foda. Nossa, é muito massa quando ele chega, viu, velho? É uma pena que você não pode voar pra lá, mas é muito foda. Bem feito. Tá, vamos ver o próximo. Narion, dá pra ir pra Crix? Não dá. Tenho que pular aqui pra Cheyenne, que eu conheço, né? Leviatã, mano. Não tô conseguindo entender aqui a dimensão da coisa. Ah! Como é que desce, mano? Entendeu? Ih. Tá. Ah, era aqui, entendi. Cheyenne, eu acho que Cheyenne pra Crix dá pra ir, não sei. Não, ele tá mandando eu vir pra Lunara. Vamos pra Lunara. Minha nave tá ficando no limite, hein, pra dar essas dobras, velho. Tem que pegar e dar umas dobras maiores, hein. Lunara. Beleza. Vou nem olhar o que é isso aqui. Eu quero é continuar pra poder fazer minha missão. Crix. Dobra. Chegamos aí. Beleza. Crix, olha só. Deixa eu ver a parada aqui. É um grande planeta com... Que massa, olha só esse sistema aqui, velho. É um sol, né? Obviamente, uma estrela. E Um planeta com 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 luas. Que loucura, brother. A chave, chegamos.
The key acknowledging fleet vessel. Welcome home.
Nível 50 a nave, velho. Tá, porra. Será que dá pra derrubar ela depois, hein, velho? Caraca, aí sim, mano. Será que tem umas batalhas assim de nave gigante? Eu quero uma nave maior, velho. Tem que ter uma nave maior. Então vou encontrar com o rei, hein? Encontrar com o rei. Deixa eu ver se minha arma tá carregada aqui.
Good to see you.
Tudo certo, né? O Sam Cole vai passar por altas aventuras, viu, Cora?
A
Fica de
brief
boa aí.
history of time. If you find any edition, any at all, I will be your friend like forever. Books.
Ah, ela gosta de livros, ó.
I guess it is. Do you have more books, or can you buy me more books? With real pages, a spine, the whole package. My book allowance is all gone and Dad won't get me more. So, books?
Hey, don't let her con you out of more credits. Her book allowance damn near bankrupted me.
Mesa dos
This is
livros.
between us.
Tem um monte de livros no computador. Não, mas acho que ela quer real, né?
Not the same. I like smelling the pages,
eu também não gosto de ler
the
no
feel
computador.
of it. Computer
Por
screens
isso
are
tem uns
just
livrinhos ali.
blech.
You'd save me, my friend here, all of us, a lot of grief, financial and emotional, if you just read them on a computer, Gumdrop.
Dad? Fine. You know, reading computers for hours gives me a headache. Now, the important question. Pizza. Favorite topping? And please don't say cheese. Dad loves boring old cheese.
Tá, uma boa velha pizza de queijo é clássica, não entendi. Pizza vegetariana não tem erro. É, a pizzazinha de queijo é clássica, né?
Oh, no, no, no.
Looks like it's cheese pizza from here on out.
This is horrifying. Oh, well. Let me think. I have decided that I will stay. You have the Cora stamp of approval. I, seem to have left my stamp back on Dad's ship, but imagine it there, on your arm. Cora approves.
E o livro, Cora?
Is there a way to go faster than the speed of light? And none of that grabbed?
Tá, de boa. Você quer dar uns livros pra ela? Vamos embora.
You got your cut. Now get out of my face.
You said the take was 10K, but it was 30. Big difference on 40% of 10 versus 30.
Chegou aqui o Titã, hein?
You wanted 4K.
O pai chegou.
You got 4K. Not my problem.
If you're stealing from me, you bet your ass it's your problem.
Porra!
You kidding me? Way to make a mess in front of my new rook.
Hey, steal from me and get caught. Better off dead.
Sounds like you did the fleet a favor. Now toss this body out of an airlock before it turns into a damn air freshener. The hell took you so long? Forget how to grab jump or
É a
something?
Neiva. E aí, Neiva, beleza? Por que? Senti minha falta?
Please. It'd be one less sloppy rook whose mess I had to clean up. The last thing I need is another Austin rate getting cold feet. You want to leave the fleet? You pay the price. Not in credits, but in blood. Never apologize. Not if you want anyone in the fleet to respect you. And if they don't respect you, put a gun to their head and they'll get the message. But all that aside, you made it. So now, you get to hear a nifty history lesson. Pencils ready? Good. This floating scrap heap you're standing on is called the Key. Used to be an old UC military star station, and now it's the fleet's base of operations. Might look a little beat up on the outside, but we keep it together.
Entendi. Parece um bom lugar pra relaxar. A Frota Escarlate tomou o controle de toda a estação estelar da UC? Aposto que a UC se corrói de vocês ocuparem esse lugar.
You think? And that's only part of it. I'll let Delgado fill you in on the whole story. He tells it better anyway. But I can give you the short version while we walk the station.
I'm sure the UC is happy with you guys rubbing their nose in their most monumental mistake.
Anyway, I'll tell you all about the key. But it's better if I show you too. Follow me. All right. History time. So, the key is in orbit around Suvorov. That's the very same ice ball where the United Colonies built a supermax prison they call the Lock. The UC is so clever. Supermax prison, lock, key. Cute, huh?
Tem uma prisão, ó. Doideira. Olha lá. Tinha um urso ali.
You've got everything the fleet needs right here.
Sucks.
Of course you gotta pay for it. Remember, on the key, credits are
Sucks é tipo assim, ó, chupa, tá ligado? Os
What
caras
the
botaram
hell is this? All right, hang on, Nev. Before you get pissed, I've got my hands full.
Jasmine, sweetie, I'm trying to give a tour here. So you want to tell me why those damn doors are sealed?
It's called a malfunction. You know, that thing I spend most of my day dealing with. Believe me, my people are on it. Have a little faith for once.
Aw. And you always, Angel. This here's Jasmine. You need anything for your ship, she's got you covered. We'll hit up the depot next since these doors have given out on us. So anyway, we were talking about the Lock. About 100 years ago, the prisoners down there rioted and took over the place. After stealing some ships, they were actually able to make it up here and took over the key.
About time you brought us new blood, Neva. I was getting tired of trading with the same old faces.
You're just ticked everyone's getting wise to your ridiculous prices, Elutra. Anyway, welcome to the depot, Rook, where you'll be lucky if these blood-sucking leeches don't bleed you completely dry.
Whoa. It's not our fault that people don't appreciate how much it costs to get untraceable merchandise onto the key.
Neva's just whining because she thinks she lost a ton of cash selling us a shipment of gear. She should have done her homework.
Yeah, sure, laugh it up. I'll remember that next time I need something from you cheapskates. Let's move on. Back to my story. After the liberated prisoners grabbed the key, they established it as a base of operations and began pirating the spaceways. That was how the Crimson Fleet began. Of course, Jasper Cricks had a lot to do with all that, but we'll get to him later. Rook, meet Zuri, queen of the rare exports.
If I don't have it, you don't need it.
Neuroamps, blueprints. Hit her up and she'll take care of you.
Speaking of which, you still owe me for that last purchase, Neva. It's like 5 figures. Don't make me collect it the hard way.
The hard way? Oh no. Rook, protect me from Zuri's vengeance. Enough of the bullshit, Zuri. I'll pay you when I pay you. Deal with it. Got a problem with that? Take it up with the boss.
See
On
anything
the right,
you like?
You've got Bradley from the Trade Authority. I'm sure you know the deal there. He'll buy pretty much anything, no matter how hot. Then we got our med bay on the left, run by the one and only Samina Mizra. She'll patch you up, if you've got the money. We don't run any free clinics up in here, you don't? Okay, this is our final stop. Over there, you've got the Last Nova, where Bog serves watered-down drinks at ridiculously exorbitant prices. And right here is the most important place on the entire station, the Reckoner's Core, run by the incomparable Shinya Voss.
Another new Rook, Neva? I can't believe Delgado still lets you recruit, given what happened with the last one.
É o Darth Vader.
You mean Austin Ray? It's been taken care of, all right? I don't like loose ends, and this Rook is the one who tied it off.
Perhaps next time you'll try to be a bit more discerning regarding your choices. It's far more cost-effective.
Yeah, love you too, darling. Anyway, Shinya handles our lifeblood, the money. We call him our reckoner, but if you ask me, he's actually a pain in the ass.
And Neva will slit your throat if she thinks you'll bleed creds.
Go to hell, boss. Take care of our new friend here, or I'll find a way to pull the pin on that little party popper in your chest. Anyway, Shinya will get you set up in our system. I've got real work to do.
Beleza.
Once you're done, head upstairs and I'll introduce you to the boss.
Time for a proper introduction. I am Shinya Voss, the official reckoner for the Crimson Fleet. And since Neva so thoughtfully mentioned it, yes, this is a bomb embedded in my chest.
Bomba.
And no, I'll never know the meaning of the word humble. In fact, I find Delgado's idea of a security measure to be quite empowering.
Essa é a medida de segurança mais inteligente que eu já vi.
Glad you approve. Obviously, betrayal isn't taken lightly around here. Since I oversee the bulk of transactions and maintain all accounts for the fleet, I'm a prime target for information. Should our enemies capture me or I grew any semblance of a moral conscience, you might consider me the greatest threat we have. For Delgado, the bomb grants peace of mind and a certain degree of safety.
Entendi. Aposto que você não sai muito. Acho que eu não conseguiria fazer um sacrifício desse. Então basta um erro para você explodir?
Essentially, but I sleep soundly knowing I'm one of the few that can piss Delgado off and live. Should I die, all of my knowledge, the accounts, the credits, it would be a mess. He wouldn't dare. He holds the trigger, but we all know that my death cripples the fleet. Call the bomb a weapon of last resort.
Entendi. Delgado parece bem inteligente, né?
It's why he's the boss. Of course, I'm not the first reckoner to bear a bomb under my ribcage, but Delgado was smart enough to continue the tradition. Now, let me get you set up. A moment while I convene with the core. Thanks to advanced modifications even Dujin would envy, I can interface directly with our mainframe and the Galbank network. This allows me to move and clean credits faster and more efficiently than any run-of-the-mill cyber runner. There, you're done.
Já? Ah, porra, não deu tempo nem olhar.
All you need now is Delgado's blessing, and you'll be one of us.
Tá. Tem mais alguma modificação que eu deva saber?
None. Other than my chest and arm modifications, I am but a simple man. Is the interview over now? Can we get back to work?
Hora de ganhar os créditos.
The perfect segue into my final subject. Thanks to our relations with contacts across the galaxy, we always have a steady stream of jobs available. I've granted you all the necessary permissions to access these listings at any time, using the computers that surround the core.
Beleza. Pelo visto a gente vai trabalhar bastante junto.
If Neva's chosen wisely, we certainly will. Now, I believe that covers all I have to say, so you can run along to Delgado. Take the elevator to the upper level. You should be able to find your way from there, I hope.
Ok.
Alright, listen up. You can all stop complaining. Atrium to cargo bay doors have been repaired. Oh, and you're welcome, Nev.
Centro dos Piratas, cara, que loucura, né? Vou falar com o chefão. Salvar aqui pra casa de merda, né? Mas aqui é o chefão? Se for ele, já mato logo ele, né? Deixa eu ver aqui, eu posso escolher essa arma aqui.
Now celebrating something. Not my day. Damn shame. I wasn't finished with him. Take you.
Matei, ó. Caraca, demora a morrer, hein?
Try again.
Doideira. Ele não morre não, ó. Ele não morre. Entendi. Uma pena, né, que você não pode matar os piratas. Entendi. Tava só imaginando, né? Foi só imaginação. Vamos lá.
Ah, there's our other new recruit.
É o Luffy, o Rei dos Piratas.
So, now that we are all here, it's time to get down to business. The two of you are the only rooks that have made the latest cut. The rest, well, let's just say they won't be joining us ever again. Neva's willing to put her neck on the line and vouch for you, which means you've got what it takes to join the Crimson Fleet.
Beleza.
You'd better not disappoint, or you'll find yourself answering to me, personally. All right, let's get started here. When you sign up with the Crimson Fleet, you're in it for the long haul. No one quits. No one retires. The only way out is death. You stay loyal or you pay the consequences. Fleet before friends. Fleet before family. Fleet before yourself.
Tá, entendi. Só espero que a frota não venha antes do café da manhã, porque sou de acordar tarde. Não, mano, entendi.
Boss. Good. You're getting it already. I like that.
Can we get on with this? I want to get drunk at the last Nova.
I'm impressed. That is the first intelligent thing you have said this entire time, Mathis. Since you two seem so eager to move forward, let's get to your next job. Pack your cold weather gear, Rooks. Where we are going, you're going to need it.
Oh, God, don't tell me you're dragging him down to Suvarol for another one of your little initiation runs. 10 Johns to the surface, 12 dead Rooks. You'd think by now you would have given up on that goddamn campfire story.
Opa, tem uma lenda, hein?
Crix's legacy is no story, Neva. We've got fresh eyes in the fleet. And if these two want to impress, they're going to help me search those ruins.
I hope you're
Tem
right,
coisa aí,
Dale.
hein?
That new code we grabbed for the lot cost us a ton of credits. And a decent captain.
This initiation, as Neva calls it, is your chance to see where it all began. On Suvorov with Jasper Crix. Crix led the riots that gave birth to the Crimson Fleet. And if his legacy is still out there, we're going to be the ones to find it.
Entendi. Que código é esse que a Neva mencionou?
Through a bit of luck and a hell of a lot of cash, Neva was able to get her hands on an access code to the inside of the lock. This will be the first time someone from the Crimson Fleet has set foot in there for, well, since Crix left the place behind. It has been frustrating being this close to potential clues, but not being able to find a way through those prison walls.
Talvez fosse bom você me falar um pouco mais sobre o legado do Crix. Crix foi o cara que iniciou a Frota Escarlate, né?
Before Crix left the fleet, he left a message talking about a major score. One that would set up the fleet to be a big player in the settled systems. Somewhere down the line, they started calling it Crix's legacy. And everyone who's tried to find it has wound up empty-handed, missing, or dead. If we're gonna beat those odds, we'll first need a lead. And I would wager we will find one on Suvorov.
Dale's leaving out the best part. That this whole search is based on a handful of words on a very old slate. Crix left a lot of big talk on that recording, and not a lot of facts. Some of us believe in it more than others.
Don't listen to her. When we get our hands on Crix's legacy, the fleet will be operating at a completely different level. We will become more than a match for UC System.
Beleza. Gostei dessa história. Isso não vai fazer a frota virar um alvo ainda maior da TFCs. Mas se na Eva estiver certo, o legado de Crix não for real. A gente vai ser imbatível, eu gostei.
Exactly. Now you're beginning to understand. Okay, enough discussion. We have got a lot of work to do. To that end, the next stop is the lock. I've had Jazz feed the coordinates into your ship's computer. Since Mathis doesn't have a ship, he's going to ride with me. I'll see you down there, Rook. Don't keep me waiting.
Ok. Recruta entre o rei, ganha até um achievement aqui. Entrei para a Frota Escarlate. Pode me contar alguma coisa sobre... mais alguma coisa sobre essa história do Jasper Creeks antes de ele terminar na fechadura?
I could tell you stories that would last for hours. But now is not the time. You have a job to do, and I don't like to be kept waiting. When you... well, if you get back to the key, I am sure you can find some copies of the interview he gave to SSNN around here, somewhere. I think those recordings might give you the history lesson that you are looking for.
Beleza, vamos lá.
Is this important? Because I'm pretty sure you've been given orders.
Que é, minha senhora? Ninguém sabe que eu sou um espião. Vamos lá voltar pra nave e fazer essa missão. Como é que volta pra nave, hein, mano? Sabe o que é nave? Nave é uma parada grande, hein? É tipo um shopping, mano. Você não vai pra um shopping sabendo onde é que é as coisas, né?